Now here is a story for each girl and boy, a story for every who to enjoy. No, there is no cat in a tall red striped hat. No, there is nothing in the story that is quite like that. For this is a different tale of great change. And believe me when I tell you, it's about to get strange. On a small speck flying high through the air, there was a small town with a man living there. His name was Ted Geisel. You might know him as Seuss, but here in his head, some screws had come loose.
I hate my job,
he said one July.
I hate my job.
But no one knew why. It could have been that his rhymes were quite trite, or perhaps that his shoes were tied on just too tight. But listen to me, I'll tell you the truth. He was just sick of writing short books for the youth. He ran out of rhymes, his rhyme jar was bare. His job that he hated had turned to despair. He was sick of writing rhymes like the Cat in the Hat. He did not want to do any more books like that. So he started to think. Till his puzzler was sore.
Maybe,
he thought,
I could get into gore.
What a strange little thought. Dr. Seuss sure turned mad. But that's when he saw the newspaper ad. Police investigator, it said big and bold. Police investigator, right under the fold.
Now this is a job I'm sure I would fit. Goodbye, you small books. This job, I quit.
Now little old Ted walked down to the station, where he met a prisoner in jail from a large allegation.
What are you here for?
The jailbird recognized Ted.
This place is a jail. You are out of your head.
Now Seuss looked at the man right in his left eye.
There is a job here, and I wish to apply.
Seuss visited the office of Officer Scalide, where he told him his references and then soon applied. For the job that was weird for a children's book man, but Ted thought, if he can do it, then I definitely can.
You start tomorrow with Jordan the Jail-Warden. Meet tomorrow at 8 at the house of Lizzie Bordon.
Now the year before, something bad had happened there, and just to think about it just gives me a scare. Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. A terrible crime that ended in murder. Lizzie Borden was free, said Judge Yertle, the court order. Seuss was in shock, for he heard of the crime.
I want you to take notes on the scene this time.
So Seuss thanked Scalide and nodded his head. He then went on home and soon climbed into bed. The next morning he woke up mighty quick and mighty fast, for his new job had started this morning at last. He grabbed his notebook and went straight to his work. If anyone saw this, they'd think him berserk. Soon he arrived at the house of Lizzie Borden, when he met Official Jordan, the cheerful Jail-Warden.
What you'll see here is scary,
Jordan had said,
for the people inside are 1 year dead.
Seuss opened the door and went straight to his work. When he saw what was inside, he turned with a jerk. I can't do this, Seuss had said in his head. Should I be the one investigating the dead? Now Seuss soon took note that the people he saw were shriveled and wrinkled and bloody and raw. Up to the bedroom of Abby Bordon they went, where her body had odor of rather grave scent. He wrote all this down and took note of the weapon, which made him feel sick and he lost all expression.
Maybe,
he thought,
this job's not for me, for knowing the person who did this was free.
After about 1 hour inside of the crime scene, Seuss pondered upon the things he had seen. Back at the station, Jordan and Ted discussed.
As you saw, what Lizzie did was very unjust.
Jordan took Seuss's notes and began to read them, but the notes that Jordan read was utter mayhem. It read,
The Borden house was rather a mess. I can't unsee it. It causes me stress. The bodies were whacked with a weapon of sorts, which in this case I'll call a hatchet, Miss Splorts. The bodies were wrecked, and it was clear to me that the murder of Andrew and Abby was of first degree.
Inside his notes, Seuss wrote like a kid, and Jordan the warden was mad that he did.
This is not right,
Jordan said loudly.
You seem to write notes and rhymes very proudly.
He looked at Seuss, saying,
This job's not for you. Go back to writing of Thing 1 and Thing 2.
And so that's the story of Seuss and his work, which ended quite weirdly and oddly berserk. The moral is, if there's something which you do good, stick with it and you'll see why you should. We've come to the end of this Seussian story, one that was funny and blissful, but gory. So long, good night, and I bid you adieu, for I'll see you all soon in Sala Salou.